Good morning, good morning, good morning. We back outside. It's real spicy out here today. Let me tell you, the sun ain't even over here by me yet, and it's spicy. You get what I'm saying? It's old school Popeye's chicken spice out here, baby. It's pre-Katrina spice out here, man. Look, but look, we been coming in here every other weekend when I'm outside slanging cigars, and we have different topics that we talk about, whatever the case may be. But you know, this week we're not gonna really talk business. You know what I'm saying? You know, being from Louisiana, being from the city, the talk is hurricane season, and the talk around town is about, you know, the 20-year anniversary of Katrina. You know, a lot of people, if they didn't experience Katrina from the standpoint of being from New Orleans, being from the Ninth Ward, Chalmette, LaPlace, outskirts area, everybody have a different story. But if you didn't experience it live in real time, you sit there and you think some of this stuff is made up, some of this stuff is fake. And I'm here to tell you, I didn't have the worst experience. I wasn't stuck on a roof or on top of a building. I was able, a week later, I was able to get out. And so, you know, when you hear people talk about their Katrina story, don't dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is almost for some people. How we doing today?
Good. How are you?
We all right. We all right.
I miss the days I could do that.
Yeah. I used to enjoy a good cigar with a good rum.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke one for you.
Thanks.
You know, don't dismiss it, because for some of us it's a form of therapy. For some of us, you know, we have some have some stories that's so horrific that it still bring back pain or whatever the case may be. Like with me, like I said, my experience was bad. I was charged with watching over at least 10 people, being the only man, and I'm talking about women and kids. If anything would have went south where I was, it was just me, and you know, that pum. And at the time, to say that Katrina was so tragic, you still had people trying to take advantage of the system, take advantage of other people. So it wasn't just about the flood with Katrina. It was about some of the bad elements that the city had at the time. You had to watch out for those type of people as well. And so, like I said, I was charged with watching 10 plus people in a 2-bedroom apartment. After helping evacuate some people to the Superdome. It was crazy. It was more emotional for me and more mental for me, because there was a time when I reached out to my pops to check on him, and he had made it to the dome already. And I hit him up and I was like, "Look, man, you know, Grandma, his mom was waiting on him." I called. He said, "Oh no, they're not going nowhere till he get here." So he left the dome. He left the safety of the dome and went back to Seabrook. If you know anything about the city, he went back to Seabrook to check on his parents and his sisters and brothers and everything. And the next day, after the day Katrina hit, I called, and I was able to call and check on him. That's before the levees had broken and everything like that. I called to check on him, and it was like, "Oh, he in there sleep." So I was like, "All right, good. He's safe. He's all good." And then next thing you know, is everything went downhill. And so I hadn't heard from my pops in a couple of days. I finally made contact with my mom. She was in Texas. She hadn't heard from him in a couple of days. So after evacuating the Baton Rouge, seeing the flood waters, we went to Baton Rouge, stayed there for a week. Finally went to Texas, and come to find out nobody heard from my pops. And I took it hard, because I'm the one who told them to turn around. I'm the one who told them they wasn't going nowhere without him. And to find out that me telling them that made him turn around and go back. What's up, big country? go back and take care of his parents, and to see now that we couldn't find him and we couldn't catch up with him, it played a heavy toll on me and my mental. And so finally got contact with my parents, my mom, I'm sorry, and we linked up, got a hotel in Texas. And after a week, it was crazy. After a week, my mom's phone rang, and my daddy ringtone at the time, me being a kid that, being a funny person, I had my mom ringtone for my dad, Betty Wright, Tonight Is the Night I Make You a Woman, whatever. So we in the room, my mom's hotel room was right next to it, and I could hear that song playing through the wall. And I was like, wait, hold on, what happened? And then by the time we got there, it had hung up. And not even 5 minutes later, it rang again. I pick up the phone, Dad, that's you, Dad, say something. And I didn't hear nothing coming through the phone. And finally, I want to say maybe 2 days later, the dude, I'm gonna say this, the dude is, I don't know the word for it, but the dude find out stuff. I don't know how. But at the time, my wife at the time was pregnant. So he finally called, was able to talk to him for a little while. Come to find out, him and his brother were stuck in the city. Coast Guard picked him up and brought him up north somewhere. And so, like I said, talked to him for a little while. One day, we go out to eat, me and my mom and the family. We show up at the hotel. Who's sitting on the curb? My pops. And you just don't know how much relief was off my shoulder at the time, because the guy that I consider to be Superman is back. And I thought I had lost him for a while. But the crazy part was, I said, well, how you know? The dude, I never told the dude where we were staying at. I never told the dude what hotel we was in, or nothing like that. He found it. He found us. Like, he came straight to us. And it's crazy. We was able to chill with him, hang out with him. Katrina was so bad, bro. We had to backtrack, dealing with all women and kids, no power. We had to make a makeshift grill out of a hot water heater pan, bricks from the building, in the apartment that we was at, bricks that fell off the building. We used that in the oven rack to make a grill to cook food for these kids and these women. And like I said, the bad element was, I watched a woman walking in the street with a basket with her kids in it, looking for milk. And somebody had the audacity to tell this lady that she had milk, but it was going to cost her $25 for an 8-ounce bottle of milk. In a time where cash money wasn't really good. So you ask yourself, why would you do that? Why would you tax somebody on one, the milk won't go bad, on two, this is a young lady in need. She got kids, they need to eat. If where's the humanity in you? So that was horrific to witness. How we doing? On top of that, you look at night, no AC, pitch black. You gotta sleep with the windows and doors open. You don't know if there's somebody gonna try to come in, or you don't know if animals, stray animals, whatever, you're gonna wake up next to something the next day. So when people telling you about their experience with Katrina, don't dismiss it. Don't look past it. Don't look past it. You got bullets in the dog here and everything. Come on now. Don't dismiss it. You know what I'm saying? Don't look past it. Good morning. Don't look past it, because like I said, for me, when I talk about this form of therapy, and it's not to, like I said, I went back with my job 4 weeks later, 4 weeks after Katrina, and my parents' house still had 4 feet of water in front of their house. Like literally, you couldn't get to their house. You had to look at it from the interstate. the Desire Project, the Florida Project, you had to look at, the surveyors had to survey that area from the high rise. And if you know about the high rise being in the city, it's already a shaky bridge. You know, imagine standing on the high rise with binoculars trying to do an assessment of the Florida Project and the Desire Project. You know what I'm saying? So imagine finally making it to the ninth ward, and the house you thought was on, the house you were going to wasn't there. But as you drive around and try to make the block or go down, the house you were looking for was 4 or 5 blocks away from the original spot where it was built. So even today, 20 years later, it says something on how horrible it was when even today there's houses 4 blocks away from the original place they were built. There's still vacant lots. There's still vacant land. It's all of these things. And you would think after 20 years, they will be further along in the rebuilding process. And so the city is growing and it's coming back. But we've come to realize that it'll never be New Orleans. It will never be that Wagner's, you can't beat Wagner's meat. It will never be the original Circle Food Store, Gene's Po' Boys. You know what I'm saying? It would never be the original Crown Derby and all these places. Now, mind you, I'm not from Uptown, but I know some people Uptown. It would never be the same Uptown. And they've rebuilt the projects, made them out of affordable homes and stuff like that, but it'll never be that again. And I hate using the word transplants, but when you have so many people coming from other places moving into areas and saying they're from New Orleans, but they don't know and understand the history, it's kind of crazy to hear when people telling you when you go to St. Rock Seafood and it's a market now. It's not a seafood place. And you go in Bywater and you see people you normally wouldn't see riding their bikes at night. It's crazy to me. But that's the new city. That's what when the streetcar line, how we doing? When the streetcar line, when they built that line to go down to from Canal to St. Claude and Elizabethfield, I knew the heart of New Orleans was coming, was dwindling, because they did that for tourists to come down and see that area. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a crazy thing. But I commend everyone who fought through, who pushed through to go back to the city. I commend everyone who made it and made a decision to say, we're not going to let this tear us down. We're going to go back and rebuild. And that's not to say anything about people who left and stayed gone. You have to do what's best for you at the end of the day. But to see those families go back, to see those families fight for their homes, to see those families say, nah, New Orleans is where it's at, I commend those people. And like I said at the beginning, if somebody's telling you their story, listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Hear them out. Because everybody's story is unique, everybody's story is different. They even got a documentary called Katrina Babies. That tell you, Katrina Babies, you had to be, so just imagine being 3, 4, 5 years old having to deal with the trauma of Katrina. You know what I'm saying? So they telling you their Katrina story, if they telling you their experience, hear them out, because it could be a form of of therapy for them. Going down memory lane and reliving those things can sometimes help people out. And just to show where, even though I've been through this storm, I've weathered the storm and I've made it out. So be mindful of those things. But anyway, let's get back. Let's talk cigars now. As you guys know, September 1st, I want to say September 1st, go look at Nola Cigar Crew page. It'll be up on my page in a minute. They want to say September 1st. We're going to be releasing the early bird VIP tickets for the Nola Cigar Festival 2026. Happening April, I want to say April 16th through the 19th, 2026. So be ready for that. We got a nice little setup. We're growing. We're going into year 5. Can you believe that? Can you believe Nola Cigar Festival? 5 years, 5th year. We doing it. We got an amazing group. We fixed some. We worked out some kinks in the. Worked out some kinks. I can't say. I don't have the words to really put it in perspective, but we really grown. We really built up. We've corrected some spaces that we missed. We brought in some a good group of people to, help navigate the system. And I want to see you guys there. How we doing? I want to see you guys there. I want to see you guys show up and show out my distinguished reference brothers and sisters. I like to see y'all come through. GTG. I like to see y'all come through. I know one of y'all, I think y'all Baton Rouge chapter is hosting one of the get-togethers this year. What it is, Fat Edge, Tap That Edge. All these cigar clubs and cigar groups come through. I like to think we had a lot of people. I want to say Carolina Cigar Week, I think it was. It was Texas, I can't remember. One of the founders came to the festival this last festival. So I want to thank those people that came out, even though they're on the board or they're hosting a festival themselves. They still made time to come out and support us. And hopefully, 2026. Myself, Rich. I know Ray do a lot of stuff in Texas, but hopefully in 2026 we'll be able to get out. I know Philly Cigar Week is another one that's really been growing and getting up there. So we want to be able to support these guys and support these ladies and gentlemen who are putting out there like they support us, even if it's just putting out a flyer. Even if it's just putting out a flyer, even if it's just reposting, I thank those people that believe in us enough to say we're going to support them. That's a good cigar, Pimp. And if you don't know, G3. G3 will be hitting the market real soon. So, but anyway, back to the festival. Like I said, we're going into year 5. We have the Black and Gold Sneaker Ball coming up. We have the day party. We have how we doing. We have the day party. We have the comedy show. So we got a nice little lineup. And it's going to be worth your while to come through and show support. We got a special event for our VIP ticket holders. So come through. Like I said before, support is free. If you can't come through, repost. If you can't come through, reach out, man. What you need me to do? I can't come out, but I can do this. Can you give me the dates and times? I can pass to my local lounge and let them see. If you're a cigar vendor, a cigar manufacturer, look, man, and look, I can't come through, but here goes some cigars that we can put in the VIP package. So it's always a way to support. And no matter how big or small you think your support is, we appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? It's not one of those things where, oh, all he did was, nah. If you did anything, we appreciate it. So NOLA Cigar Festival 2026 is right there. Come September 1st. Early bird VIP tickets coming out. I think my boy Ray working on some exclusive type stuff for the VIPs. So I look forward to seeing what he's going to crank out. While I'm talking about support, if you're on the North Shore, you're in the city, catch that twin span, head out to Burn Cigar Lounge right there on Gauls, Baton Rouge, Havana Porch, Mayan Uptown. If you like the people watching, Mayan Uptown is the spot, man. Look, they got a courtyard, they got a few chairs out front. You can light a cigar and you can sit there and people watch. So go out and support those guys, the mom and pops, the shops. And look, under those, let me say this. I know I be talking about all kinds of stuff. Let me say this. You go to a cigar lounge, right? It's proper etiquette to at least purchase one cigar from that lounge. Now each lounge have their own rules and things of that nature. But you have to understand that in order for these people to give us a nice, comfortable place to smoke cigars, to get out the weather, buy a cigar from them. Because if we just go in there and smoke cigars and don't buy nothing from them, how long you think they're going to be able to sustain and stay open? And don't think just because that cigar lounge has a adult beverage section, that does not contribute to the cigar lounge part. In most lounges, the adult beverages is separate from the lounge. So don't say, oh, I bought a drink, that's me supporting the lounge. No, that's you supporting the adult beverage section. But when you go over and you pick up a good cigar, maybe get one for later if you brought your own. But like I say, some lounges are different, where some lounges it's required that you buy a cigar from them and smoke, and there's no outside cigars. Some lounges is buy one, smoke one, meaning that if you buy one cigar from the lounge, you can smoke whatever cigar you brought with you. If you smoke two cigars that you brought with you, buy two cigars, whatever the case may be. But respect the lounge rules. New smokers, y'all know this my pet peeve. Don't sniff and smell a cigar before you buy it. That's nasty. Don't lick the cigar before you cut it. That's just ridiculous. I can talk about that crap all day. That is nasty. It is not sanitary. For you to put your mouth on a cigar, then use the community cutter. That's just nasty. And most of my seasoned smokers, they know this. They don't worry about that. Most of the seasoned smokers keep cutters with them. But back to the original. If you go to a cigar lounge, support that lounge by buying at least one or two cigars from that lounge. If you can and they have a house blend, try to get in that house blend. How we doing? Try to get in the house blend. That's the try it. There's nothing wrong with trying the house blend. Right? I don't know how long they're gonna let me stay on it because they got music playing in the background. You know how these platforms are with music in the background. They like to cut it short. But again, I would say this: NOLA Cigar Festival 2026, April 16th through the 19th. Meet and greet, black and gold, comedy show, horse show, day party, sip and smoke, family day. April 16th through the 19th. If you're down in the city for PCA, we have a special deal for you guys as well. I want to also thank board members, premier board members, the committee members, the up and coming, I forget what you call them, ambassadors. I want to thank them ahead of time for coming on board and helping us out. Thank you to Rich for looking out for us, Ray, our boy, Nina, and all the rest of the crew. April 2026, April 19th to the April 16th through the 19th, Nola Cigar Festival. VIP tickets going to hit September 1st. Go to Nola Cigar page, Nola Cigars, Nola Cigar Crew, Nola Cigar Festival page for more information. And we're gonna be spitting out some crazy videos promoting the festival. So hit us up, and also be looking out for the G3 coming up next couple of weeks.